What's up, YouTuberverse? It's your boy RB back again for another one. Do you know what day it is?
Uh-oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Mike, what day is it, Mike?
Do you know what day it is? Huh? Rep your team in the comments. Let's go. Nuance Machine, episode 59. Let's kick it. All right, before we get started, please hit that like and subscribe button. Also, check out my shop, Breezy's Prints, where you can find all original designs printed on high-quality tees, tank tops, sweatshirts, and hoodies. All designs are done by yours truly, and without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so I personally hate preseason games. They're like an episode of Whose Line Is It Anyway? Like, all the hits are real, but none of the points matter.
The points don't matter. That's right. The points don't matter, just like a stripper's name.
That's right. The points are just like any job you can get with a liberal arts degree. The points are like whatever you say after sex.
Well, it's time for the real deal now. Everything counts for the next 18 weeks. So let's go. First, we have Kansas City at Detroit with the Lions getting 6.5 points. And I know that Detroit is supposed to be an improved team. Travis Kelce's status is listed as questionable with that knee injury, but I wouldn't be surprised if he still played. Rather he plays or not, I think Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs have too much offense and they beat the Lions by at least a touchdown. This week's Toilet Bowl comes courtesy of the Carolina Panthers at the Atlanta Falcons, with Carolina getting 3.5 points. Now, I'm not really sure what the expectations are for Bryce Young this season, but he's played well in the preseason and his teammates named him captain, which is a huge sign of respect, and that shows that they see the work that he's been putting in the offseason. So with that being said, I still think he falls a bit short in this first game, with the Falcons winning by more than 4 points. Next, we have the Houston at Baltimore, with Houston getting 9.5 points. CJ Stroud has to make his NFL debut against the Baltimore Ravens defense. Like, talk about having a tough draw on your very first game. Like, that sucks. But Lamar Jackson is finally back healthy. Hopefully he stays healthy, but I can just see Lamar Jackson running all over that Texans defense. I expect CJ Stroud to struggle just a little bit against Baltimore's defense. I'm picking the Ravens. Next, we have Cincinnati at Cleveland, with Cleveland getting 2.5 points. Now, I understand Cleveland's roster is greatly improved, but is it improved enough to get the Browns within a field goal of beating the Bengals? Nah, I'll believe it when I see it. I'm picking the Bengals by at least a field goal. Then we have Jacksonville at the Indianapolis Colts, with the Colts getting 3.5 points. Anthony Richardson makes his NFL debut against the Jags. The Jags are by far the best team in that division, unless one of these rookie quarterbacks just comes out and is a baller right out the gate. So I feel like 3.5 points probably isn't enough of a spread for this one, so I'm definitely taking the Jags on this. Next, we have Tampa at Minnesota, with the Bucks getting 6.5 points. Now, the Bucks are definitely one of the worst teams in the NFL right now. They are definitely feeling the hurt after putting all their chips into their championship team. And now with Tom Brady gone, their roster's just depleted, basically. And so I just don't expect much from them. I expect Kirk Cousins and the Vikings to beat them by at least a touchdown.
Straight cash, homie.
Next, we have Tennessee at New Orleans, with the Titans getting 3.5 points. I feel like the Titans are stuck in no man's land. Like, if slightly better than average man was a team and not just a person, it'd be the Tennessee Titans. But since slightly better than average man is just a man, he's Dak Prescott. I'm picking New Orleans. Next, we have the Niners at Pittsburgh, with the Steelers getting 2.5 points. I think the Niners are one of the most overrated teams in the league right now. I want to see if Brock Purdy can keep up his magical run. Like I said, I'll believe it when I see it. But I think the Steelers defense gives them issues. I'm picking the Steelers. Then we have Arizona at Washington, with the Cardinals getting 6.5 points. This was a tough one because Washington is supposed to be a much better team this year. But again, it's one of those things where I'll believe it when I'll see it. With all that being said, I still haven't forgiven Kyler Murray for rocking the sports bra, so I'm taking the Commanders. Next, we have the Packers at Chicago, with the Packers getting 2.5 points. I think Jordan Love has a decent debut, but Justin Fields has an even better day. I think that he takes that leap this next season, and I'm taking the Bears by at least a field goal. Next, we have Vegas at Denver. The Raiders are a complete dumpster fire, and clearly the Broncos are the better team. But honestly, this still all depends on how Russell Wilson plays. And is it just me, or does it seem like everyone has nothing but contempt for Russell Wilson right now? Like, even his head coach is just searching for things to publicly gripe about. Like, stop kissing babies, you're not running for public office. Like, honest, it feels like you're kind of forcing it a little bit now. Like, you clearly, it looks like Sean Payton doesn't like Russell Wilson. Sean Payton's just mad that Russell Wilson likes to be a likable guy. That's like a really weird thing to be mad about. I'm rooting for Russell Wilson. Like, Russ might be the corniest dude in the NFL, but look, I'm corny as well. I know, hard to believe, right? I can somewhat relate to Russ a little bit. So, Denver wins by at least 5. Then we have Miami at the LA Chargers. I think Miami is a good team, but I think the Chargers are a better team. And I'm going with the Chargers to win by at least a field goal. Then we have Philly at New England. I know the Patriots have a really good defense, and Mac Jones is no slouch at the quarterback position. But ultimately, this Eagles defense gets to Mac Jones. I think the Eagles receivers are too good, and the Eagles win by a touchdown. Next, we have the LA Rams at the Seattle Seahawks, with the Rams getting 5.5 points. Now, I think Seattle wins this game, but they're not going to cover the spread, which means I'm going with the Rams. And then we have our division rivals, the Cowboys at the Giants, with the Giants getting 3.5 points. Now, I wish this game would end in a tie, but I think the Cowboys win it by more than a field goal. And then finally, we have the Jets at the Bills, with the Jets getting 3.5 points. And this is probably the best game of the first week of the season. Aaron Rodgers and the Jets get a tough one right out the gate with the Buffalo Bills. I think the Bills win this game, but it's going to be a close one, so the Jets cover. I'm going to go with the Jets. All right, guys, that's all my picks for week 1. Very excited to get the season started. It starts in just a few hours here, so I'm going to get to editing this, and I'll probably be watching that Kansas City game while I'm editing this video. So I'll see you guys on the next one.
Can't wait.
Love you guys. Peace.
Dark side, light this bitch up.